Yo, check it. IWC, don't adjust your television set. Your eyes are working just right. This is basic Ringside Renaissanceonomics. Hey, yo, Jesse, ring the bell.
You are now listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
And we're back for another episode of Ringside Renaissance. And we here with the RRW Weekly Review for WWE Night of Champions and WWE Monday Night Raw. Yeah, Ringside Renaissance. And I'm here with the best co-host, the best co-defendant, the best friend, the best tag team partner in the world, pretty, deadly, Jesse. Yeah, cheer. And I'm Andrew, Kombat Jones, Complex Jones. Yeah, and I'm bringing back Chronic. Yeah.
We've been teasing it long enough, bro. We got to open the chest on that one. Chronic is back in full effect. Got the do-rag on. The cabana. It's got to bring back the fingerless gloves. It is on. It is on like Donkey Kong. Basic Punkanomics.
Punkanomics. Yeah. Word life, baby. You already know what's good. Hey, yo, what's good, IWC? What's good out there? Yeah. What's popping? How we doing?
This whole episode is just going to be me laughing the whole time. Like,
shout out all my peeps out in IWC. Yo, Adam, hitting the turnbuckle. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. On God for coming back on the episode. Yeah.
What's funny about this is people don't know 20 years ago this is how Kombat Jones actually was. Like,
That's not true. Yeah.
Cap, bro. Straight capping.
They capping out in the IWC, man. They capping. I can't stand this.
Oh, man. What a beautiful week of pro wrestling. What a beautiful day to be alive. This is so great. I am so pumped. They've been wilding. They've been wilding out in the IWC. Wow.
I said, listen here, brethren. You gotta listen up, youngins. Come on. Come on. What are we doing out here? You talking about Punk going to Saudi? What are you
straight
sucking breast milk out of the Young Bucks T-shirt or something?
Okay.
Yeah. Lord have mercy.
Man, CM Punk did go to Saudi Arabia. He did apologize to Muhammad and Saudi Arabia. What a great week, man. You know, like I saw a tweet online over the weekend, and I really have to echo this statement, is like when any other overseas crowd is going as crazy as they are, like the IWC just constantly posts about it on Twitter, but like that Saudi crowd was just as hot, and people weren't giving the respect due to them because they were really knowing the assignment. They knew all the wrestlers, they knew all the chants, they knew what was going on. And I love a fiery crowd like that. I love it. The match card could be terrible, but just like the energy that crowd brings, ooh, I'm locked and loaded, bro.
It was mad energy. It was fire. Yeah, it was fire,
We're going
bro.
mad dummy, bro.
It was mad. It was mad crazy. Yeah, no cap. It was crazy.
No cap.
A lot of fun. That crowd was wild. They was on fire. Yeah. And they were dropping bombs. They was dropping bombs on SmackDown, but there was no other bombs dropped. Thank God. Please, Lord God. Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Stay blessed up. Yeah.
Stay blessed. Yeah.
But man, before we get into what everybody wants to talk about with the Punkanomics heard around the world, I just gotta say congratulations to Julia for captioning the women's United States Championship from Zelina Vega. Julia is a superstar. Just her presence, her in-ring ability. I'm very high on Julia. You know what? Zelina Vega got her flowers. She won the championship and had a couple month little run. I like how these mid-card titles kind of switch hands and hot potato a little bit. I don't like them being long title reigns. More on that about Night of Champions, but Julia captures the Women's United States Championship. How you feel about it, Complex?
Yeah, I thought it was time. She got mad game. Julia. Yeah. Yeah. I hate to see Queens get the money, lose the title, Zelina Vega, but it's Julia's time, and yeah. I just love her hair. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forget every time I start saying something, I forget how you're gonna come back at me, and it just hits me every time. It's so good. But we will get to it. You know what? Last week we had the John Cena pipe bomb, which I wasn't very high on. I thought it would to me, it buried CM Punk a little bit, having to sit in the ring for 6.5 minutes, laying there, acting like he's unconscious on a Slim Jim table. But if you know CM Punk, you knew he was going to come back.
Yeah, and at least he didn't have to sit directly on the Slim Jim.
I was going to say, CM Punk knows that a comeback is more than just a burp after a blowjob. He knows that. He knew that he had to come back hot, and he did. John Cena came out on SmackDown, said he is the last real world's champion, and we got some thug life coming out the speaker box. Man, man.
Yeah, I already know what that's about. Yeah, John Cena dropped that special pipe bomb promo. I thought it was hard hitting. Like you said, it buried Punk. It was hard for my boy to come back from. It kind of hit harder than Vince McMahon's NDAs. You know what I'm saying? Word. But man, Cena came out. He said, "I'm the last real champion. Never seen 17. You ain't never gonna see it again. Gracing with your presence one last time." Yeah, word. And then we got the music. We brought it back. We brought it back. And we thought maybe R-Truth was coming out, Ron Killings was coming out, but no. It was that man, CM Punk from Chi-Town, baby. Yeah, kicking fire, straight facts. Came out with the Chicago Cubs jersey. Yeah, he had the clean. He had the chain on with the lock. He had it on lock. He had the knuckle busters on.
That's what they're called. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. What do they call it? Knuckle rings? Knuckle rings? I guess.
I don't know, man.
Something like that. Yeah. Knuckle grills. Yeah.
He really popped me, man. When that started playing, I saw Punk Life, and he came out holding the chain, and then he did the drug free. I said, okay, I'm locked in right now.
Yeah. He had the Chicago Bulls hat, the number 13. And yo, shout out Punk. That's my lucky number. Number 13. Yeah. Okay. And he had the jorts on. He had the pulled down knee pads on. Yeah. Oh, did you see them crisp Jordans he had? God damn, man. No capping. That was fire. I loved it.
It sure
and
was.
The IWC, oh man. The women of the IWC, they was going crazy on TikTok, making all types of tweets and everything. Tweets on X, TikTok videos. It was going crazy over my boy. They was like, damn, he bringing it back. He fine now. I was like, yeah, he fine now. Yeah. You know who looked just like Punk? You see right there? Yeah. Okay. What's up? Yeah. What's up? Holla at your boy, Yeah, nah, for real though. I thought it was dope. I loved it. It was good. And you hit me up because I was out actually working, doing stuff, and you told me not to watch it yet. Not to spoil anything, so I didn't go on social media for forever, like I had said, and it was cool to watch and not have spoiled. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. He was dropping bars, though. Bars, man, bars. Something Jim Jones be trying to talk about Nas, but he don't know nothing about bars. Yeah.
You know what's so great about this is like you can tell like they're both okay. You know, Cena's in his retirement tour. Punk doesn't really probably have a lot of years in ring left in him. And just to see two like old rivals, we talked about it. This is almost like the Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, or the Stone Cold, The Rock.
Yeah.
It's like the hero anti-hero type thing, and like to see them just out there having fun together, because we knew in the past there was a lot of tension and a lot of heat and a lot of like miscommunication maybe on who was the best in the world and who was the one that was sitting on top of the mountain. But like you can just tell these two are just having fun with each other right now. And
yeah. And John Cena had me doubting Punk after the John Cena pipe bomb. So Punk had to bring it, you know, and even in between his rap, his bars, you see them mouth, I'm going to miss you to him, you know, and you could tell they were having a great time. It was just special to watch, even going in, you know, jumping ahead real quick to the match. It was just special to watch and see. I think it's a shame that it had to be kind of in Saudi, even though, you know, Saudi, they say Saudi lit, you know, Saudi lit. You know, but yeah, it's a shame it couldn't have been done in like Massachusetts or in Boston or like Chicago or something like that, or like or same with the Punkanomics promo of the bars, that it couldn't have been in the U.S. But it is what it is. That's how it goes. It is what it is, you know.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, and a lot of, you know, we saw like nuclear heat online for Punk going to Saudi Arabia and stuff, and I don't really want to get into that too much, but like,
you see, saying that Dave Meltzer said it was a planted fan, that Muhammad was fake.
Yeah. It was just this whole thing, man. But like at the end of the day, like judging the country's people based off the actions of the government is not the right way to go about it. Those fans were happy to have WWE there. That was for the fans. CM Punk went for the fans over there. Hey, guess what? If
everybody went for the fans,
if everybody based the country's people based off the actions of the government, no one would like us right now. So, I mean, it just is what it is.
You might get cancer. And you know what I'm saying? It was more about him and The Miz. You know, when they linked up and they squashed that beef a long time ago backstage, you know? They squashed that beef. Yeah. And you know, like when Punk first showed up, he said, I'm here. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. I respect that, you know? And I bet that Saudi check hit harder than a Young Buck super kick, you know? Yeah. Word. Yeah. Word.
But yeah. I can't. Yeah. No cap with that, bro.
No cap.
I ain't hating on you for it. But yeah. I just enjoyed the whole thing, man. And like I said, shout out to that crowd. They were really hot. Really kind of got it, and you could see the excitement in a lot of their faces. Like it wasn't just like a staged, oh look at us, we're over in Saudi. Like the Saudi people really get the WWE and like really enjoy it.
And they still got it, because we talked about like the pre-show they had for Night of Champions before SmackDown. It was almost like the crowd had turned on Punk, and then the thing with him pushing the kid allegedly and all that dumb nonsense, whatever the hell happened. I don't care anyways. I push kids all the time, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I'm out here I'm on my bully shit, you know, pushing these little kids around, you know. No, I think it was probably taken out of context, and it is what it is, you know. Don't mess with people at the airport or here or there anywhere, anyways, when they're traveling. So you never know what to expect with any of these wrestlers. We saw with like other people speaking on it too, not just Punk, other wrestlers. So.
Well, like Punk knew that not only a WWE camera was on him, but like fans had, you know, with cameras were out. Do you think he was just going to push a kid? Like, come on, like
exactly. And then right after that, he's there being cool with them. So it's just time and time and place, and you want to use it against them, you know, whatever.
But before we
you can go but. Seemed like the crowd was kind of against him somewhat, but he turned the crowd on SmackDown. You know,
yes, he did.
In Grand Rapids, Michigan, for the pipe bomb, they were chanting for Cena. He had got at Punk, and they were chanting for him, and he did a great job in Saudi to turn the crowd back on his side, which I thought was as much as he could have done, because they were still going to chant for Cena, and that's kind of still the problem with the whole Cena heel turn at this point. But it's still working, but. There's still people cheering for him. There's nothing he can literally do to make them not cheer for him. It's his retirement tour. Maybe they should have started it a year early without him saying that he was gonna retire, and he would have been able to get more heat, and people wouldn't have came out like it was a farewell tour to cheer for him in retrospect or something like that. Or
I just think that it's hard. It's hard, man. When like you said, it's the retirement tour. This is the last time you're going to see him. It's like it just has to be there. But before we get into the match, because I liked the match up until a certain point, and people could probably guess what it is. But before we get to the match, I know you were happy about the bars that CM Punk was spitting, man. But I know that Andrew Complex Jones has got a little bit of something. I know you probably got something in the works right now, in the chamber for everybody off the dome. See what you got.
Oh, yeah. You know, because, I just wanted to shout out CM Punk because he inspired me to write this.
Okay.
Yeah, John Cena and CM Punk inspired me to write this. So I just want to shout them out. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, yeah. What's up, word? Like I said, this is Ringside Renaissanceonomics, so don't adjust your television set. Your eyes are working just right, and the truth hurt when the lens expose what you like. While y'all gimmick pods wrestle for clicks, we fight. Combat complex, the name ring like a 3 count. I'm bringing back a chronic, click, clack. I let the smoke leak out. Jesse spits facts, pretty deadly with the logic. He clowned the Wyatt 6 because they sold out Bray's gimmick for a profit.
Ooh!
We don't chase news, we define the discourse. Y'all got no soul like a Flair promo in a divorce. We the reason fans rewind lines like pipe bombs. You the reasons fans scroll past with the mic on. Swear your whole panel softer than Ricochet's chest. We armed with the spine, y'all barely pass tests. Talk legends, talk errors, we the authors of heat. Your show sound like a few marks just reading off tweets. We elite, this Renaissance real. Ain't no rebrands needed. While you beg for listens, our audience is undefeated. Yeah, shout out to the Ringside Renaissance riders out there. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Dropping straight backs there.
Yeah.
Man, you need to go on that rap battle show, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Telling you.
Shout out. Yo, they ain't ready for that. They ain't ready for this. They ain't ready for this.
Make it go viral.
I go viral. Yeah.
Man. Hashtag complex bars right there.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But boy, thanks for that, man. And like, you know what?
Represent. Ringside Renaissance.
All right. So now after we got that, now your ears are burning from all that heat. Now we're going to get into the main event. And we're going to talk a little bit about King and Queen of the Ring. But first of all, the main event, Cena and Punk, nostalgic. Thought it was great. Thought it was what they needed to do. They brought back the hits a little bit. There's a little bit of a twinkle maybe of, is John Cena just second guessing this heel run? Is he maybe coming back? Is he starting to turn a little bit? I really like that tease a little bit. I thought it was good. You know what? WWE is burying finishers right now. AEW's done it for the longest time. WWE's doing it. I'm not a fan of that whatsoever.
A lot of false finishes.
Oh, dude, there was like 3 attitude adjustments, kickouts, go to sleeps, kickouts. Like, it's like you're burying that move, man. Like,
yeah, I kind of expected it, but
be all.
They kind of like there was a couple times for like 5 seconds I was like, oh man, Punk actually might win because of the false finishes, because of how they were doing the run-ins. But I thought like leading up to that point, it was good. Like it seemed like even though they still had that animosity, they still had that mutual respect that they put to the side. You know what I'm saying? That they brought them together. They was linking up for old times. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, it was real good. Yeah, shout out to Jeremy, baby. Shout out Jeremy. Yeah. Yeah, it was good. I liked it. And you saw Punk using AJ Lee's submission move too. and little stuff like that. Like they were going back and forth with it. They put on a little clinic as good as they could for being, 15 years later or 10 years later or whatever it is,
Now, sidebar with that, did you see AJ Lee's recent Instagram story? Did you see it?
Yeah, she breaking out the Converse and she got the leggings out, baby. Just in time.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Is she coming back for Evolution?
Man, that'd be insane. That'd be mad crazy. Yeah.
Her versus Nikki Bella might be the good
audible
they pull. Because of Liv getting hurt.
Right.
Do AJ and Nikki Bella. That'd be a good audible for the show. I think that would sell a lot of tickets, bring a lot of eyes to it. I like this Punk and Cena match all the way up until the ref bump. Was not a big fan afterwards.
Well, there was one hell of a ref bump in that match too.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I'm getting there.
Dang.
I'm getting there, Charles Robinson. But yeah. So man, the referee took a bump. Cena called for another referee. He didn't get the referee. He got in there. Evolutionary. Burn it down. Night of Renaissance. Doing his best Kane impression with that outfit. I didn't like this, dude. It was.
You didn't like it?
It's so muddy, bro. Like,
I can't believe you didn't like that.
Punk for the last time. Just let them have a match, man. Like.
Yeah, I think some of it took away from it. The thing is, if we were going to get like a ref bump and John Cena win and cheat, like it would have been the same as the last few times, sort of, if there would have been no interference. But I thought some of the interference was like with like Penta coming out and taking his time to walk out there and do his thing, and all that was like a bit much. It could have just had Seth come out and in some type of way. I like the finish, the ending with the briefcase and how he kind of turned and how we're kind of like, we knew John wasn't really, when he hugged Punk, we knew he was going to try to kick him in the nuts, which Punk saw coming, which was clever, which was good. And then Seth kind of went in. But what I liked the most about it and what they changed was the dynamic between John Cena and Seth Rollins, because we kind of don't know what to expect now with that, because John Cena had kind of mentioned that him and Seth are going to leave as champions to a certain extent. When he leaves, he wants Seth to have the belt. But now Seth is kind of going after Cena too. So it kind of muddies the waters with that, and it puts a little bit of unpredictability with it. And I like that, yo. That's mad cool. Yeah.
Oh my God, man. Yeah, I didn't think about it that way actually, but like, we actually had Cena and Punk kind of working together to kind of take out Bronson Reed, and it led to, like you said, like a handshake or a hug, and then.
And when they tried to put Punk through the table too.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
They did, but it was kind of like
table.
Yeah.
Yeah, those new tables are a little bit too well manufactured, but
they say the Arabian tables are different from the other ones. They're okay. They're a little more explosive.
Well, yeah, so at the end of the match, like you said, Seth Rollins hit Punk with the briefcase. Cena got the win that way because, we didn't even talk about it. So Seth Rollins comes out to the ring and he wants to cash in. He calls out a referee. He
didn't come out with a ref at first, which was weird.
Right.
Normally, when you see somebody running, they're bringing the ref with them. Hurry up.
We had to have the nostalgic Charles Robinson run because he came flying down that ramp at 100 miles an hour. John Cena could play linebacker for the Minnesota Vikings because he just about took Charles Robinson into the third row with that shoulder tackle.
Holy hell! That was one of the biggest bumps of the night. Shout out to Charles Robinson, and he said in an interview he was only going at 80%.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, he literally said he was only running at 80%, and luckily he kind of caught it. So, but man, what a bump! Set the internet on fire. That was a good bump. The best ref bump I've seen in a long time. Yeah. John Cena let him have it. John Cena let him. God damn. Good for you, John. I like
He sells more than the last 3 AEW events combined.
Hey. Yeah. That's true.
Man, oh man. And all you AEW faithful that think that we're AEW haters just because we hate on the current product, you can take Dave Meltzer's stars and stick them straight up your candy ass. Because
Hey, yo, I can't wait to go to All Out. I can't wait to watch All Out, though. Or All In. I can't wait to watch All In. Yeah.
I'm excited for it, man.
Shout out to the people. Shout out to AEW, though, too, for they're giving veterans tickets, I believe, free tickets to go to the event and stuff like that in Texas to see that. If I was in Texas, I'd go see it, too. Yeah.
Yeah. They couldn't sell them, so they got to give them away.
Shout out to H-Town. Yeah. Shout out to the Fofo. Yo. Yeah.
So Cena keeps the title. He rolls out. Seth Rollins and him give a kind of a sexually charged glance at each other at the end, and but that's all that happened at King and Queen of the Ring. We had some other stuff going on. Starting out, respectively, the King of the Ring finals. We had Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, which I thought was a great match. I thought it was that was the match, that rivalry, when not really the rivalry, but when Randy Orton was friends with Cody when Cody was champion. They kept teasing that match and kept teasing the match, and I really wish this would have been a match while Cody was champion, but we got it finally. The mentor versus the young Padawan, as it will. Shout out to all my Star Wars fans out there. Okay. And a little bit. See, now when we said that, there were seeds of John Cena kind of regretting his heelish decisions in the match with Punk. A little bit of heelish tactics from Cody Rhodes here throughout the match, being a little bit aggressive, a little bit overly aggressive with his friend.
He was
taking advantage of an exposed turnbuckle.
And Randy was kind of didn't want to go for the punt either, you know. So he was thinking it. A lot of people are thinking now, heading towards SummerSlam, we're heading for a double turn. Which I'm for, yo. That'd be fire. Yeah, that'd be fire. Straight fire. Yeah.
Could you imagine
I'll be there.
Cody?
I'll be there.
Can you imagine you'll be outside?
I'll be out there. I'm outside. I'm always outside. Combat Complex, Chronic Jones is always outside. Even when I'm inside, I'm outside. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? 4 letters, 1 word. Shit.
Jones. So
Jones.
Could you imagine the double turn at SummerSlam? Cody going heel.
5 words.
Cena,
5 letters.
Cena turning babyface, and then having Cena win an 18th at his last match against Cody, then kind of relinquishing the title, and then like having the title be vacant, maybe. That'd
because
be a
Cody
cool way to retire.
Yeah, because like I said at Fanatics Fest, I think somebody asked Cody Rhodes about turning heel, a little bit. He's like, sooner or later I would like to, but I think they're gonna have to be careful with that, just like John turning heel, because Cody's got so many fans. I think he knows how to do it. There's certain people that will know how to do it, but he's still gonna get some cheers right off until he really burns all the. You got to really burn your bridges the right way in today's, wrestling climate and IWC with how your fans are. You got to really turn at least like that younger fan base off. You got to really do some demonic, demoralizing, petty, dastardly heel type of stuff for sure to get over and stay in that type of lane. I think he's capable of it. I really do. Yeah.
Ring of Honor Cody Rhodes was like, that was
right.
That was his shtick. So I'm really excited to kind of see it. It kind of sucked for the kids because, WWE's, as much as we talk about it, all these adults cry and complain online, like WWE's geared more towards the kid fan base, and to see a heel Cody Rhodes would be kind of tough to see in that environment. But
Cody Raheem Rhodes, call up the Dwayne, again, be like, hey, yo, Dwayne, I kind of thought about that again, matter of fact, I was thinking about that, I was just chilling. Listen, maybe I will sell my soul, Dwayne. Yeah, maybe I will come with that iron with you, Dwayne. Rock. I'll take that trip with you. I'll sell my soul. Yeah.
Oh man, the ability for me to try to the context here of me trying to tone it down because we were getting flagged so much on YouTube for stuff, and you're just going all in now. It's absolutely hilarious.
All in, like absolutely. AEW coming up. very soon
in
in Arlington, Texas. Shout out to AEW and all their fans. We love you.
Yeah, you make a big enough
Especially
stage.
James. Yeah.
Hey James.
Hey James.
You make a big enough stage in an arena. It blocks off a third of the seats, so you could say it was a sellout when it really wasn't. Yeah. So Cody Rhodes wins King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring. Jade Cargill defeats Asuka.
Ooh.
That was all right. I mean,
it wasn't a great match. I think I called Asuka to win because I thought it was obvious, but I'm happy that Jade won. I was happy for it. I liked it. Another botched roll-up pin for Jade, though. Another botched pin for Jade. But
do you think at a certain point, like, is Jade going to get better? Like, obviously she has gotten better, but there's still some glaring, like...
It's got to click sooner or later, you would think, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's some faults in her stars for sure. There's just some things she does. I think she just kind of tries doing too much. She doesn't need to be that overly exertive. She needs to be the Goldberg of the women's division. Just wrap it up quick and keep it moving.
And, and we need her versus Bianca. We need her versus Rhea. We need her versus like Naomi. We need powerhouses together. I mean, she actually did a pretty decent job with Roxanne Perez. I was surprised compared to what it could have been. And then Asuka's kind of fresh back too. So you gotta, I don't know.
Don't need to blame my girl Asuka for anything, bro. No. She's flawless in the ring, and
just don't put her in the just don't put her in the ring with Kairi Sane, and she'll be around for a while, you know.
That's messed up.
Hey, facts. True. Check the receipts, yo. Check the receipts.
Check the receipts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then.
Happy for Jade to see where it goes at SummerSlam, though, with Naomi. And
how did you feel about the Saudi street fight with Rhea and Raquel Rodriguez?
I mean, it was good to have the women there doing a street fight in Saudi, right? Everybody was kind of dressed the same, obviously, especially once Roxanne came out. But I thought it was all right. It probably could have been done on SmackDown. I mean, Julia probably could have won the United States title instead, maybe.
yeah.
On the PLE, but in the end, what does it really matter? They had to split it up between the nights, I guess, and it is what it is. Did they really need it to have happen? No, but
this was one of my favorite street fights in a long time.
Through the table was good.
There was different spots. It wasn't overly muddy. That's why I like it. People were like, "Oh, it's a street fight," and they barely used any weapons.
Yeah. The trash can on Roxanne was funny. Yeah. That was good. With
the skirt of the announce table over the barricade. Then,
I like that.
When Rhea did like a cannonball off the commentator's table, and Raquel caught her into like the power bomb.
Yeah,
I said that was amazing. Amazing.
Yeah,
loved it.
Grown woman shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's real shit.
Yeah, real shit.
But yeah, Raquel Rodriguez eats the riptide off the table that was up on the top rope from Rhea Ripley to win that match. Kind of just a pointless match, I guess, to move on. I thought Rhea was past the Judgment Day, but that's continuing to happen.
Judgment Day thing is shifting now with what they're doing completely. The
tides are turning.
Yes,
tides are turning.
They had to pull an audible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as soon as Liv leaves, the Judgment Day starts winning again. That's hilarious. But
oh man,
the last match we haven't talked about we have two more matches. First of all, we have Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross gets his first match on a PLE, I think, since WrestleMania of last year.
Right.
I believe when he was in that six man tag.
Yes.
Psychology up the yin yang for this match, trying to expose Sami for being the liar that he is.
Just admit it, you're a liar, Sami.
Say it.
You know what? The only thing I'm missing that I'm not liking about that I didn't like about the match is like I really like the aesthetic, the look of Karrion Kross when he went against AJ Styles. I thought that was gonna be his like new look when he was wearing like the pants, like the longer tights and everything. But I guess he was kind of mimicking AJ Styles' look. But I thought like that, him changing it up and reinventing his look a little bit differently was a good look for him.
Yeah, that'd been cool.
Pause. But no, that was good. But still, I'm happy to see him there. Man, I know we wasn't happy. Our boy didn't get the W. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, but it
What could
seems
you
like they're
expect?
continuing it because on Raw they continued to kind of feed the flames, as it were. But the match people were saying was too slow. I think that needed to be slow and methodical like that. But I don't know if you caught the finish of the match. The great part about it was that Karrion Kross had the upper hand. He had Sami in the corner, and he turned around. He ran to the other corner to do a move, and when he turned around, Sami caught him with the haluva kick, 1, 2, 3. But he had to hit Karrion with that haluva kick when Karrion's back was turned. It wasn't like a straight up hit. Like he had to hit Karrion from behind when his back was turned. So maybe what Kross is saying about Sami has been true all along. He can't get the job done unless he weasels his way into a victory.
Yeah, and he's got new merch out too. We see he's got some new T-shirts now again, and yeah, he's there. He
Did you also like what Michael Cole said during the tag match on Raw? I didn't remember this, but remember the New Day was good until Karrion Kross got in their ear and started spitting facts in their ear, and then that's what turned them and made them become like the vicious, more cerebral New Day that they are today. So Karrion Kross has really been
everybody's favorite bad guy is here.
Bro,
yeah,
he's been the true
or the pre-show. Yeah,
the true architect behind the scenes of WWE for a long time. When he returned and put the hourglass in front of the bloodline, where's the bloodline now? That iteration of the bloodline, you know.
Right. And like they tried to bury him. People tried to say they were going to try to bury him with the Wyatt Six, you know, and then they talk about the AEW, you know, storytelling, you know, and all that. But you know, shut the hell up. Like you sound like your mom breastfed you through a Bullet Club T-shirt or something. Like, like, and then the Wyatt Six, that ain't storytelling. It's just like Spirit Halloween commercial with a budget. Like, you know, y'all AEW fans, like James, you got more faith in, you know, Tony Khan's coke nostrils than his booking. And Meltzer.
These people, these people that really praise Tony Khan, AEW, and Dave Meltzer probably use a star rating in the bedroom when they're having sex with their mom. Like,
you know, and bro's been wrong more times than Goldberg's win record in '98. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're bringing the heat today, huh? I don't know what it is.
But to finish up Night of Champions, what I wanted to talk about was the United States Championship match, Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. For no other reason, we can just go to the end and say that, hey, guess what? Solo Sikoa won this match. He is the United States Champion, his first singles title in WWE, on the main roster anyway. But none of that matters. Hikuleo finally debuts. That doesn't matter. Is he Longa Tonga or something like that? That doesn't matter. Do you know what does matter in this match, Kombat Jones? We had the return of one of the greatest professional wrestlers in history, Tonga Loa. No, Tonga Loa. Returns and sides with Solo Sikoa. Oh my God, I'm over the moon.
They got the win. They brought the title back to the Bloodline 2.0. That's what
now,
we're doing,
what is Jacob Fatu going to do moving forward? He's got to kind of recruit his own side. Are the Usos going to reunite with?
That's true. That'd be good timing
with Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, Jay don't have much going on. Jimmy was nowhere to be found. He wanted to show up and help Jacob the other time, you know, the night or the week before, but no show for Jimmy. Interesting. Maybe he couldn't get into the country. I don't know. But Hikuleo. Did they call him Hikuleo? What a shitty name.
They changed his name. They're giving him a new name.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
It's like Longa Toa or some shit.
Oh,
yeah, Longa Tama.
Now I got three guys that I gotta put the face to the name every time.
Yeah, Longa Tama, Longa Toa. Yeah.
Tonga Loa, Tama Tunga, Tunga Tonga.
Longa Tonga would be cool.
Tuna.
Longa Tonga sounds like George of the Jungle's best friend.
Luna Tuna.
Longa Tonga.
Longa Tonga.
I don't know. But it was great for Solo Sikoa to get that first singles title. It makes sense moving forward.
And then on the post show, he was mocking Jay. They were all chanting for him or whatever. 4 letters, 1 word.
Yeah,
Solo is gold. He's comedy gold now.
Solo's
He's got it figured out. He knows how to get to the people. He knows how to piss them off and be sarcastic. And Solo really grew on me. No pause. Yeah.
I love how. Do you love how Michael Cole's had this sort of thing where I first noticed it at Night of Champions and he repeated it on Raw a few times about he's obsessed with talking about Seth Rollins screwing CM Punk. It's like Seth Rollins' mission is to screw CM Punk over and over. And it's like Seth Rollins has been screwing CM Punk for a long time. It's like, buddy, you need to change the word of that. Like, it was just, I caught it in my ear and he just kept saying it. Man, Seth Rollins, nothing brings joy in life more to Seth Rollins more than when he screws CM Punk. Is like, why?
Yeah.
You gotta.
Pat McAfee been ghost for that too. He been hearing it from the fans too. People are like, we don't want you back, Pac.
You know what?
Some people are like,
God forbid somebody takes a break.
Yeah. Michael Cole talks about Seth screwing Punk more than the refs screwed the Knicks in the Pacers playoff series.
You New York fans are running out of excuses why your teams never win, man.
No, we got it. We ready to go now, baby. We ready to go.
Okay.
The East is open.
Okay. Let's see. Wide open.
Wide open, baby.
Wide open.
You already know what it is. New York, bing bong. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Spike Lee going to pay the tickets to be knocked out in the second round again.
Nah, we going all the way this year, baby. Bing bong. New York. Where the ops at?
We talked about so really quick, Evolution. Iyo Sky came out on Raw and was talking about at Evolution. At Revolution, I get to pick my challenger for my Bro, I'm so tired of that. She gets to pick her challenger for the Women's Royal Championship, and I pick Rhea Ripley. A lot of people aren't happy about this. Another Iyo Sky Rhea Ripley match. I mean, it's a long-standing feud. Nobody seemed to complain when The Rock and Stone Cold wrestled each other every 3 months, but
right,
because Iyo and Rhea are doing it now, it's just too much.
Rhea gets a title shot. Where do we go with it?
I like it.
Where do we go with it?
I think Io's going to win again.
I kind of think so too. Yeah.
Yeah. So
maybe, I don't know. It is Evolution.
I don't know. I don't mind Rhea Ripley as much as some people do. I don't mind the women. I think the women's division, because the men's division gets so much exposure on TV that the women's storylines kind of have to be rushed a little bit, that if they had a little bit more time to kind of to build them, I think that they would make more sense, and I could get behind it more. But
I think the problem with Rhea is that she's just been pushed on us so much at this point, especially with the title matches. And it's like they just give her everything, to a certain extent. But then people are mad about Jade winning Queen of the Ring, and she hasn't been there that long, and everything else. So it's like, I don't know.
Well, I tend to try not to listen to the IWC too much, because they like somebody until the person wins and then they hate them. It's like, look at the whole Yeet movement that was going on with Jey Uso, and Jey Uso, the number one main event, Jey Uso. Then as soon as he starts winning and wins the championship, then everybody hates him, and it's like, okay, here we go. And then this whole term so and so Hogan is stupid. There are a lot of terms that in the IWC that I can't stand. Oh, it's Iyo Hogan. It's like, shut up, man.
Oh, Lord.
You have no real clue. These people started watching wrestling 5 years ago and think they have a deep understanding of what was happening with Hulk Hogan back in the 80s and early 90s. Just give it a rest. It's too much.
Yeah, you wasn't built like that. Yeah.
Built like that. We did have a resurgence, like you were mentioning earlier, about the Judgment Day kind of being on a hot streak right now.
Yeah, we got two heel tag teams against each other for the championship.
I didn't like that, because the crowd had to root for one, and then they're rooting for the Judgment Day.
Yeah,
it's
changed
didn't like
now.
How that was.
That's where
they're
going.
Gonna be babyface now.
That seems like what they're kind of doing to a certain extent. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
But then but now it looks like they're steering away from the Finn turn on Dominic because Finn's got the tag titles now.
Yeah, he's kind of like, they're kind of like putting it on the backboard because Liv's out, and he kind of did mention it, and Dom's like, oh, I'm not cool with it, but yeah. And then Roxanne's backstage, she's like, well, anything I can do to help, and I'm thinking like, well, anything?
Yeah.
You got another one of them hotel room keys.
You know who's really suffering from this, man? It's funny how Liv Morgan leaves and all of a sudden they start winning, like I mentioned earlier. But you know who's really suffering from all this is probably Damian Priest, man. Like I gotta feel for him a little bit because he broke away from the Judgment Day to do his own solo thing, and he was a champion for a little bit, but he's kind of been a little bit sidelined here for a little bit. And Rhea's going for the women's world title. The Judgment Day's all got gold right now, and Damian Priest is the one kind of the odd man out.
Yeah, and we got other people getting pushed too. We got matches. We got Rusev. We got Sheamus, and we got all these other people. But Damian Priest, he's sitting back. You know, he ain't.
Where's Drew McIntyre?
Where's Drew McIntyre too? I know he was around. He was there. I seen on social media. He was at a wedding. I believe he was at Jinder Mahal's wedding or whatever his stage. Yeah, he was at their wedding. I know him and his wife. So, congratulations to them, I guess. Yeah.
May all the riches come your way. But yeah, it's great to see the Judgment Day kind of in winning ways.
Yeah.
Sad news after Penta attacked Chad Gable last week. Chad Gable's injured and will be out of action for a little while. There's no repercussions for Penta for jumping somebody and injuring him backstage. That's interesting.
Unbelievable.
So Michael Cole was saying no Chad Gable, there'll be no El Grande Americano, but that's not the case because, I mean, are we furthering the plot that maybe, just maybe, Chad Gable is not El Grande Americano after all?
Hey.
I mean...
That's what I'm saying.
Do you think it's a possibility?
Yes. El Grande Americano is a legend. Yes.
I'm just...
a lucha legend.
I'm curious to see, man, when they finally do the unmasking, because there has to be an unmasking of El Grande Americano at some point, right? When there's finally an unmasking of El Grande, if it's not Chad Gable, who is it going to be? Because the mystery is just... the suspense is killing me at this point.
Could there be multiples?
Ooh.
You never know.
Could it be... Bro, how over the moon will you be if at SummerSlam it's El Grande versus El Grande?
Oh, my
Lord.
Or
Chad Gable versus El Grande Americano at SummerSlam.
That's long-term booking storytelling, baby. 101. David Meltzer, Tony Khan, IWC. Yes. Chris Jericho. Jeez.
Oh, my goodness.
Book that. Yeah.
If El Grande is booked for SummerSlam, are you going to wear your American mask there?
I will bring it in my pocket. Yeah. I mean, okay, I can only bring so much. I don't even know if I'm going to bring a sign because I don't know if you'll even be able to see me. But I'll figure something out. I'll have the Ringside Renaissance shirt on. You know, I'll have some stickers to hand out to fans. I'll be doing meet and greets, you know. Yeah.
If you want to meet and greet.
Yeah. Shout out to QR Kev if he wants to come down, you know, but it's a shame that I'm going to miss night one, you know, or that I can't miss night one because they announced the Tony Hinchcliffe after show, which is in New Jersey also, but I won't be able to make it to there. Shout out to Tony Hinchcliffe. Kill Tony. Can't wait to see who gets canceled on that next. That should be fun.
And also, if you run into Kombat Jones at SummerSlam, he will... if you are willing, he will record you shouting out the Ringside Renaissance, and we'll make a little collage of it during one of our episodes. So
absolutely, free pitches,
get some
free autographs, free meet and greet, free pitches. They on the house, yo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no cap. On God. Yeah,
dude, that one gets me. That one gets me, bro.
No cap.
The last thing I really want to talk about, unless you got something more after, is Saturday night's main event's coming up here soon.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
After we got Seth Rollins up in the crowd, after CM Punk chased him up into the crowd, we had LA Knight eating popcorn and popping caps in Seth Rollins' ass because LA Knight now, man, hey, listen, he's in a feud with the Money in the Bank, which is one of the top storylines on the show right now. So we will have LA Knight versus Seth freaking Rollins at Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
Congrats to LA Knight, man, having that spotlight and to have a match against a main eventer like that. I know a lot of people thought he was going to stay stuck down in the mid card, but
yeah,
even though I think I know how the outcome of that match will be.
Yeah. I'm not really looking forward to it,
on.
but good for him. Yeah, like we know what's going to happen for the most part, but and Seth Rollins has that new flashy briefcase now. He's got his custom Money in the Bank briefcase. But now, shout out to LA Knight.
And could you see a world where, now I think what would be the main event is Goldberg versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight title.
That's
could
what it
you
is.
See a world where Goldberg defeats Gunther, and then Seth Rollins comes out and cashes in that same night to win it after losing to LA Knight earlier in the night.
Ooh.
And that would set up a feud for the title between the two of them.
Okay. I can see that happening. That makes sense. Because that's an angle.
If you remember the last time Seth Rollins cashed in, he lost to Randy Orton earlier in the night at WrestleMania. And that was when he went for the stomp and Orton pushed it up and did the RKO at WrestleMania and beat Seth Rollins. That later that night he cashed in during the Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns match and ended up winning his first title. So you don't have to win earlier in the night to cash in on the title later that night.
Right. Yeah, that'd be a big deal. Yeah.
Big win from LA Knight. You never know.
And something's fishy. Something's up with the whole Goldberg and Gunther thing too, with their promos and the way they talking, because they keep mentioning something about 3 minutes. I'll beat you. You can't last 3 minutes with me. So are we going to see like another Brock Lesnar, Bill Goldberg quick finish match? You know what I'm saying? Because it can only go one of two ways, or maybe three ways, as you're saying with the briefcase now. But like if Goldberg wins, he's got to win
3 ways.
I like 3 ways too. Yeah. But bucket list. You know what I'm saying? Well, and that's what's up. Yeah. Word life. Check it. Yo, hear me out. Yo. So, man, if Bill Goldberg win, he got to win quick.
Let me tell you, it ain't gay if you got another man in a 3-way. Yes.
Check it. Yeah. So,
sorry.
No. Spit facts. Spit game, baby. Spit game. Yeah. If Bill Goldberg wins, he's got to win early. He's got to win quick. If the match drags out, it's going to Gunther, without a doubt. It's gotta.
I loved Gunther's promo leading up to it, though, when he came out on Raw and he said, I like the highlight package of all of Bill Goldberg's accolades, and just like every one of his matches, the video package was only 3 minutes or something. I was like, Gunther is good, man. He's so good. And like, he can speak English. I don't think it's a language barrier, but his delivery is very slow and like methodical.
He knows how to get to the point.
His timing is so perfect.
Yes. He trims the fat. He says exactly what he has to say. And how about the little interaction with Punk pushing him too? Some fire there. Yeah, he didn't expect that, and Punk threw him on his ass. Yeah. Interesting. And then backstage we got LA Knight and Punk getting in LA Knight's face kind of, and a little bit too over like Seth's mine, but LA Knight like, no, that match is official. He's mine. Actually, yeah. So you're gonna have to wait your turn, punker.
Kombat Jones might get a fatal 4-way at SummerSlam. The champion Seth Rollins versus Gunther versus CM Punk versus LA Knight for the World Heavyweight title.
Nah, that ain't happening.
Not feeling it?
You think so? I don't know. I liked your idea. What's going down was talking about like Seth Rollins keep having Punk's number and uses this briefcase to get the championship, and then it goes to WrestleMania, and Punk beats Seth for the World Heavyweight Championship. Finally. Yeah. Because Punk did get the better of Seth that one time for the Netflix premiere, but ever since then, Seth's pretty much had his number for the most part.
And you know what I was thinking too is the Royal Rumble next year is in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And maybe they're planning on Punk winning the Royal Rumble, so they had him go to Night of Champions to try to smooth
Okay.
smooth everything over before the Royal Rumble. So when he goes back, there's not that elephant in the room anymore.
So that's his
You know,
path. Okay. Yeah.
That's because he already went and apologized. Everything's over. The crowd seemed to like him. So now there's an opening. Obviously, the odds-on favorite. Everybody thinks Sami's going to win the Royal Rumble because it's in Saudi Arabia. I'm kind of leaning away from that a little bit more now. Yeah.
And then where does that leave us with John Cena and like Cody Rhodes and the Universal Championship, or what are we gonna call it now?
Well, Cena will be done by that point because at the end of this year he's done.
Allegedly, yeah, exactly. He's counting his days down, and that's going to be interesting to see when that finally ends, how it's going to go. Because some people want him to kind of go out as the last real champion and go out as the heel, right, and kind of leave it as that. But I think from what had happened with the Punk match and what might happen with the double turn at SummerSlam, I think we're all kind of underestimating how big of a moment and not thinking about how big of a moment that's going to end up being. I think talking about like CM Punk coming back and AEW and all this stuff, people crying in the audience, like John Cena goes out in a certain way, a certain point. If he goes out on top or goes out as a babyface or goes out doing the right thing, you're going to have grown men, everybody in the audience at home is going to be a tearjerker. They're going to be in tears. Grown men are going to be crying. Everybody going to be losing it that last time. I think we're kind of taking it for granted, and think about it. It's going to be a big deal. So it's going to be interesting to see when's the last time and where it takes place. If it's going to be in like Newbury, Massachusetts, or in like Boston or something like that, and how it leads up with the championship, if he's still champion, if he's not, and how he goes out, because that could be a big moment. Remember, you think about times like I said, Punk coming back and how emotional people were, or like some of these other people returning, Randy, or like when Roman left because of the cancer and stuff like that, like, or coming back. Like, this is going to be a tearjerker when John Cena leaves. People going to lose it. People going to need their Kleenex. Put money on it. Bet. The
thing with that too is like, that's why I think there needs to be a babyface turn at some point, because there's just no.
Yeah. Unless he wants to go out just being an asshole. I mean, like he is, but I think he gonna want his flowers at the end of the day, like that. I think. I don't know. Yeah. Either way, he's gonna. Even if he goes out being a heel or whatever, everybody's still gonna cheer him. So you might as well just, I don't know, just give it to him.
Just give it to him at that point.
But
I think
it's going to be a big moment. I think people aren't thinking about it right now, but brainstorm it. You're going to be losing it. Everybody going to be losing it. We haven't really digested what we saw between Punk and Cena. Like, they told us it's the last time. Maybe we'll see them team up one more time, or this or that little. I'm sure we'll get a little interaction, but think about that last time we see John Cena. Like, who's going to come out to the ring congratulate him? We're going to see Punk out there, or whoever out there, kind of like we seen when Cody finished his story, in the ring. Like, think about that moment. The last time we see John Cena, think about that moment and who's going to be around and congratulate. If we get that, like, how big of a moment that's really going to be. It's going to be special. That's going to have all the views. That's going to break the records. That's what we're going to remember,
Now, do you think it'll be like that, or do you think it'll kind of just give him his time in the ring by himself, just to kind of
I hope
take one last applause and walk off?
I don't know. I kind of hope we get both, But jump back to the Goldberg thing. If Goldberg can win that title, and then he can just kind of put the title down and take his boots off and leave his damn boots in the ring there in Atlanta, in your hometown, and walk off. That's what needs to happen with Goldberg, in my opinion, in some type of way. Like, he needs to get his flowers there, regardless how you feel about him, and and end it like that, because we don't want to see you back again. With all due respectfully, yeah.
There has to be like, what do they call it? A period and not a comma at that point, because like if they leave it open for the possibility of him coming back, it's like, please don't.
And we've seen Gunther give people their respect too, to a certain point now, too, a little bit here and there. So Gunther could very well beat him and then give him respect and, put his hand up for the crowd and raise his hand and let him go out like that too.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
You know what? Shake his hand, bow out, almost like he did for Pat McAfee and
yes,
Goldberg
exactly.
have a stance in the ring.
Yep.
I could see that.
A lot of possibilities.
Hopefully.
A lot of possibilities. Like you said with the briefcase with Seth too. Will he go after him? I don't know. Seems like there's friction between. I want to see the friction between Seth and Cena now, though. If there's anything there, I want to see where they go with that and where Cena is kind of headed with everything with Cody. Well, we know Cody's the king of the ring now, so King Cody, King Raheem, whatever you want to call him, he's on one. So shout out to IWC. Yeah. All my peeps. Yeah.
All my peeps.
Yeah.
But hey, let us know in the comments what you think is going to happen. I bet you 90% of people that think they know what's going to happen.
Right.
It isn't going to happen. What's going to happen with Karrion Kross after he attacks Sami Zayn backstage and continues to try to get him to say what he thinks Sami should say.
Word.
Man.
Yeah.
What's going to go on with the Women's Intercontinental Championship at Evolution? A lot of stuff going on in WWE right now, and I'm glad to kind of be a part of this ride.
Yeah, there's a lot to build for Evolution, especially with the turns that we've seen with Liv leaving and being hurt and stuff. So, and then with AJ Lee, which people are going to really go crazy for and pop for, it's going to be a big deal. Hopefully, it's not just a one-off. If she does come back, hopefully we get a little more. And like you said with Nikki Bella, that'd be great too. And so, man, SummerSlam's approaching, and we got some of the matches are like contender matches for the Clash in Paris. Was it Clash in Paris?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's before SummerSlam, I believe, right? That's the last.
I think it's after.
Is it after? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because SummerSlam is the beginning of August, right?
Yeah, August 2nd and 3rd. Okay.
Yeah. So we're in July now. So we're gonna have Saturday night's main event, and then Evolution, and then the next PLE is SummerSlam.
Okay.
Bro, you're a month away from SummerSlam right now.
Literally.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Big things.
Mm-hmm.
What is gonna happen in
Word.
a month? I'm gonna be there.
Word.
I'm gonna be there. Word.
Mm-hmm.
Punk. You gotta have a good match. We need it.
Mm-hmm.
We need it. I ain't paying all that money for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I might have to cancel the first night and go see Tony. I don't know. We'll see. Man. Shout out to all my peeps. All my homeboys in the IWC, homeboys and homegirls, we love all y'all. We love all y'all ringside riders. We love that y'all been riding along with us since day one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I appreciate you, Pretty Deadly Jesse. Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro. Shout out Kombat Jones for kicking some ill rhymes for us today, man. I think that's very underrated. Probably the most underrated segment we've ever had on this show, and I really hope it gets its flowers online. You heard?
I appreciate it. And there's always more where that came from. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
yeah.
Spoiler alert.
We bring it back. Drop more bombs. Yeah. So we getting ready. We coming. We approaching SmackDown and another Raw and Saturday night main event and Evolution. So we'll see what happens. We are patiently waiting for something to go down. Yeah. Y'all know the rest. Yeah. Catch up. Yeah. Mustard! Yeah. Let's go. Ringside Renaissance, baby. We're pumped. We're so pumped for SummerSlam to represent. We're so pumped for the road to that and everything leading past it. So we can't wait to see. And we want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July coming up. Yeah. You already know.
Unless you don't live in America.
Unless you don't live in America. Either way, you could celebrate it, Hopefully you're not celebrating from the alligator Alcatraz. That wouldn't be good, But regardless, we hope you can watch and tune in either way, and we appreciate everybody for tuning in to us. So we hope you have a safe 4th of July and enjoy the fireworks. Let it go off with a bang. Everybody be safe. We appreciate y'all. That's my homeboy, my day one, my Cody, yeah, that's right. Yes, on God, my set. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, gang, yeah. That's my best friend, my best tag team partner in the world, baby. You know, pretty, daily, Jesse. Yeah. And I'm Andrew. Clack, clack, chick, chick. Kombat Jones. Yeah, and you've been listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast. Peace.